Hello and welcome to 10x Growth Talk. This is John. Today we're going to talk about thinking about your thinking. There's a belief out there, which I believe is very true, that your past experiences really have a lot of weight on the way you think. Coming from negative past experiences or having a lot of hardship in the past comes into the future with you. I believe that's extremely true because a lot of us bring our past into our future, and that's a problem because a lot of our pasts are the past that we need to leave behind. This talk is about thinking about your thinking and how to reshape your thinking. So we're going to take a moment to analyze negative past experiences and see if it's serving you or really crippling you on your thinking about the future. So as humans, we always bring the past, and our past always comes into the future and negotiates with us. It actually negotiates about goals that we have and makes us question if we're really capable or have the ability to accomplish what we really want to accomplish. Let me tell you that your past is always going to come into the future, and it's going to be based on you wanting that past experience to come or leave it behind. It really doesn't have to come. You can always let it go and leave it behind. I remember an acquaintance that I ran into maybe about a year ago at a party. And he's a really successful guy. He has kids, and his kids are, a little older than mine. And, he was kind of sad. And I was asking him, what's going on? And he was, he kept reflecting back on how he believed that his kids are going to have it really hard because he came from a bad past and he came from a tough past and he overcame a lot of those challenges. And his kids don't have those kind of challenges. They're actually going through a lot better future. And his belief was that that was actually crippling his kids. It was making his kids worse off than better off and less ambitious. And his concern was that his kids weren't going to be able to have a bright future. So I listened to him for a while, and he was diagnosed with stinking thinking. His thinking about his kids, which are really important part of his life, were really bad. His thinking about his kids were that they had a pretty bad future because they weren't going to be ambitious, they were going to be lazy, and they weren't going to be able to accomplish a whole lot. After listening to him for a while, I said, I kind of believe that the problem is the way you're thinking, because my belief is that my kids have an unfair advantage over the future. And he said, wow, that's kind of interesting, very opposite to what I think. And I said, yeah, my belief is that the world is getting better. Kids today have a better chance of accomplishing more than we did, and that our job as parents is to shape their values, not spoil them and not give them everything, but make them earn everything and have them do the things that are necessary for them to become really good adults. I believe that gives them an unfair advantage over the world, over our childhood experiences, because ours was more negative. So it really changed the way he really started thinking about his kids and about the future. And this is a small example of how our past or how our thinking can really, really make such a huge difference on our future, on our children, on the people that we work with, and everything else, because I believe that the past is kind of unionized. It comes into the future and tells you, no, this can't happen. And this isn't going to happen because remember how bad it was before, or how worse it got, or all the challenges you went through. And it comes into the future and it tries to mess up the future by coming in. It makes us readjust our goals. It makes us think about our capabilities. So my question to you is, think about your thinking. What kind of thinking do you have? Do you believe that the world is getting worse? Do you believe that the world is getting better? Do you believe that you're caught in a bad marriage? Or do you believe that you've got a great relationship? Do you believe your children have a bad future, or do you believe that they have a great future? Do you believe that you're working in a great environment or a great organization, or do you believe that it's not so great and things are better somewhere else? Because the reality is your thinking will create your reality today. If your thinking is bad, if you have stinking thinking today, then you're going to have stinking results right now. But if you have great thinking, if you believe that you're in the right place, you believe that this is the right company that you're going to move up in, and this is the place where you're going to sharpen your skills and get better and make more money, then you will. If you believe that you're working in this area that has a lot of opportunities, great customers, and abilities for you to go out there and help them and make a lot of money, then you will. But if you believe that it's getting worse and things aren't great here, then it probably is not going to be great. So I challenge you to think about your thinking, because your thinking today will shape your future tomorrow. And if your thinking today is not right, then you are not going to have a good future. That's just the reality. And the past is always going to come into the future, and the past is always going to tell you what you can't do, because you're always going to remember those negative experiences when you fell down, and you're going to try to avoid that by not doing certain things. So I want to encourage everybody that works here in this organization and everybody listening on the other end to really think about your thinking, and to only bring from the past what serves you and what's actually going to sharpen your future and make it better, because it is what you believe it is. Thank you for listening to 10X Growth Talk. Until next time, have a great day. Bye-bye.